Hey y'all, welcome back. This is just a really quick new project fan I'm trying to do. I've heard the idea in a number of places and I kind of just wanted to do it for myself. This is 10 by the end of the year. Just finishing up or getting a lot of use out of 10 products before December 31st. As you saw, my makeup collection isn't that huge. So I don't need to necessarily do anything ginormous, but I do have a number of things that I need to, use up and get out, either because they're being old or because I have more than one of them, or I just don't use something in that category, so I just want to finish that up and get it sent out. But let's get started. So the first thing that I have is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair serum. It's a pretty good formula. I like it a lot. But I have a moisturizer and I have a serum, and at this point I don't know if I necessarily need both, so I'm gonna try and use up the serum and get that used up. So next is the Ulta Beauty Matte Face Primer. It's a really nice formula for sure. It's fairly silicone-y, but and there's the starting point for that as well. But I don't use face primers much. It's not my jam necessarily. So that's why I kind of want to use this up. This is the only face primer I own right now. So once I use up, I'll just not repurchase one. Third is the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation in the shade Pale. And there is the starting line for that. I originally got this because I had another foundation that I needed to lighten a little bit, so it is a little bit too pale for me right now. It'll be a closer match in this once we get more into winter and everything, but right now it is a little bit too light, so I'm going to have to use it very sparingly. That said, it's not a bad formula. It's on the older side, and I don't really wear foundation enough to have this around. So if I do, once I use it up, I'll probably get like possibly a BB cream, or even just possibly a powder foundation and leave it at that. Speaking of powders, is the NYX HD finishing powder, and that's what that looks like. Inside I have a little bit of a dip going, if you can see the shadow there, but nothing substantial just yet. And I mean, part of the reason I kind of want to get something like a BB cream is so I can have just the one step of doing a base if I do a base, and then not having to powder on it as well. So that's why I want to finish that up as well. So let's stick with the face as I'm trucking right along here. So this is a sample size of the Benefit Hoola bronzer. This is the last thing in my collection that is not cruelty free, so I want to finish that up as well. I think it was Kaylee Belt that I saw who will draw in kind of what the pan shape looks like during each update, and so that's what that is. That's my starting point. Yeah, it's a decent enough formula, but again, I'm trying to be 100% cruelty free as much as I can, and Benefit is not, because I believe they sell in China. But yeah, so there's that, and I want to use that up as well. And then is the NYX blush in the shade Hamptons. This is the NYX HD Blush. It is a really nice formula. You don't get a whole ton of product, but again, it's like $7, so it does have kind of a short shelf life of only 6 months, so that's also why I want to finish that up. But that's the way the pen looks, and so there is that. I have a lot of NYX, I've realized. Yeah, I just like their stuff. And so another one is their NYX single in the shade Rebirth. It is a matte cream shade, but because it is a matte cream shade, this is like one of maybe 6 or 7 total in my collection, including singles and palettes and everything. And this is the oldest. It's coming up on like 2 or 3 years old now, so I kind of want to use this up before it starts growing something. It hasn't started growing anything yet, but I don't want to take that risk. So yeah, gonna try and use that up. Next is the Bite Beauty sample lipstick in the shade Chai. This was the birthday gift this year from Sephora. It's a really pretty shade. See there, that's what that is right there. But it's a really pretty shade, but it's not my personal favorite shade. I like things that are pinkier and less nude. So I kind of want to use this up. Again, I love the Mousse Bouche formula in general, but it's not for me. That shade isn't necessarily for me. Next is the Shiro Cosmetics lip gloss in the Blood of My Enemies. I really do like this shade. It's kind of a rusty brown color. And it's a nice formula. It's on the older side, so I kind of want to get this used up. Because the bottle is opaque, I can't quite tell where it would be, so I weighed it, and right now it is at 42.2 grams, and so I want to use up at least 2 grams by the end of the year. I don't know how feasible that's going to be, but I'm gonna try. And then last but not least is the Histories de parfums. I don't know French. Perfume in 1828. I actually have 2 bottles of this. I got myself one, and then I got it as a Christmas present as well. So this is the first bottle of the 2, and that's where I am right now. And so I want to get this used up by the end of the year. I really like it. Again, I have a second one that I haven't tapped into. I'll be fine to tap into that. It's just I want to get this first one used up first. So yeah, so that's the introduction. I want to update towards the end of each month. So this is towards the end of September, then again towards the end of October, and then November, and then at the end of December. And so that's all I have, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye!